Right, we're back at Meaty Eats. This one's going to be a spicy sausage pasta recipe. I've been trying different angles. I think this one's going to work the best. So this is now the new format that I'm going to have. I might do a video on showing actually the setup of how I've managed to do this, because it might be useful for any of you out there who want to make videos like this. Right, so spicy sausage pasta. You want sausages, you want onion, chili, garlic, tomato, harissa. You want extra chili if you want it. And that's about it, to be honest. Oh, and also pasta, obviously. So you want to start by chopping up your onions very finely, like this. You want to chop up your garlic. I just used 1 clove of garlic in the end. Chop that up. Leave it to the side for your mise en place. I'm using 1 bird's eye chili, although I do add extra chili, dried chili, at the end, so you might need to get some extra of those. 3 sausages is probably too much for 1 portion. You probably only need 2, but you just chop those up into kind of meatball shapes. It's sort of like an easy way. Instead of having to make meatballs, you can just use sausage. And then, right, to get the pasta going, you want to boil some water and add salt, and just get that to the boil. And then at the same time, you want to start with your pasta mix. So I wanted to get some colour onto the sausages before starting, because colour means caramelization, which means flavour. So fry those off for about 2 minutes, then leave it to the side before starting your tomato base. So more olive oil into the pan. You want to then add your onions, garlic, chili, sweat that off. You don't really want to be frying your onions, you just want to be reducing the water content so it leaves the bitter sharpness out. I then added some oregano and also some basil, dried basil. I would usually add basil leaves at the end of the cooking process when I'm making a sort of tomato base, but I didn't have any basil, so I just used dried basil. Then I added some harissa, which is kind of like a rich tomatoey spicy sauce. It's not too hot though, that's why I ended up adding more chilies at the end of the cooking process, as you'll see. I probably ended up adding about a whole tin of tomato and then some water from the tomatoes, although in that shot you only saw me adding about half a tin, because as it reduces down I kept topping it up with more tomato. See how I'm mixing it round? I'm also tasting it at all points to see how I think it tastes. I thought at this point I needed some more salt and pepper. I also thought it wasn't as spicy as I'd want it, so I added some dried chili. You really just need to do this to taste. It's quite simple. These kind of recipes as well, they're good for things like if you're just doing like meatball marinara and stuff like that. So then, once you've got your pasta cooking, as the tomatoes reducing down, add your pasta to the salted water. I didn't get a shot of it because I didn't want to have to move my camera. But let that cook for about 6 minutes. You want to add it to the pasta sauce when it's slightly al dente, because then when it cooks down in the tomato sauce, it's cooking even more. And then by the time you start plating it up, it's then probably at the level you want. I never really know how I'm going to plate it until I start. I actually wanted to start piling this high, but the first time I added the pasta to the plate, it just sort of flopped onto the plate. So I then did this sort of twisting action to create this sort of dome-like shape. And then obviously clean your plate, so if you're taking a picture of it, it doesn't look that messy. And then Parmesan cheese. I would normally just grate it, but I think it looks better if you actually just cut it and tear it, because then you get these more like slither type Parmesan shapes. And that's pretty much it. Probably only takes about 25-30 minutes, and that's a spicy sausage pasta. And this is the image that I liked. So check out my Instagram channel at Meaty Eats. Subscribe if you like these videos. That's exactly the format that I'm going to be doing from now on. 2 types of angle, 1 overhead, 1 directly on the frying pan. I might do my setup just to show you how I record exactly in a separate YouTube video, so stay tuned to that. Thank you very much. Till next time.